Me and Wayne are heading over to a new basement site we've got opening in Norton Lindsay this morning. We have got 4 new members of staff starting over on that site. So we're going to head over there, get the guys started, and then we have to head over to Leamington Spa, where we are going to meet Rich on a new basement site that we have got opening in about 2 to 3 weeks. So me and Wayne can introduce ourselves to the customers, because as of today, the new business structure that we've come up with is come into play. So Wayne has now come off the tools full time, and he is going to project manage multiple sites across the construction and basement business. Wayne, how are you going to take care of all this?
Wow, my new job role now is going to be driving around to all the sites and supporting the site managers, making sure they've got all they need and what anything I can do for them to help them keep on target and get through the jobs.
So, as I said, we have tried many tactics and failed or not performed as well as we'd expected. So we've now come up with this new format, and hopefully this gives us the results that we require. This is the waterproofing job we're doing, and this is the entrance down into the basement. Let's go down and have a look. Firstly, Mark and Simon focus on breaking out the concrete benches around the perimeter of the room, while Lewis and Luke start digging the light wall out the front, where all the waste will be removed through. They will then focus on breaking out the existing concrete floor slab and reduce dig the floor level by around 200mm. We will then build the shuttering around the hole which the pump will be fitted, and make a chute for the new concrete slab to be poured through, then tampering it flat to a level finish. This is a gate job we done late last year, and we've had nothing but problems with it. We fitted 2 bollards up the top there where the guys are digging out, and drainage from the fields behind kept flooding into the chambers and stopping the bollards from working. We done a first course of action was we dug in between the 2 bollards and we fitted a pump. So once it filled up to a certain level, the pump would pump it out, but that kept failing on us also. So as a last attempt, and not what we wanted to be doing, but we have now decided to dig up in between the bollards up the top there, right down lower below the chambers. We are going to fit a soakaway in that area, and then ducting coming from that soakaway all the way down the side of the drive here. It's going to continue through this tarmac under the ground here, and it is going to terminate just out here.
So we're over here on the Warwick site, and as you can see, Chris and Baz have now finished the block work, so the chalet's built. They've now located inside to start the knock-throughs and all the steels works with coil. We have now got Sam and Jamie starting to cut the roof on.
This is another new extension project that we've just opened this morning. It's only about 10 doors up from the full renovation project we've got going on down the road there. The customer here seen our signs up and decided to give us a call. This is going to be a single story extension, and what we're going to do is we are going to tie onto this brickwork here, bringing it all the way across the back. And then we're also going to tie onto that brickwork down the side there, squaring this area off. We're going to take the whole roof off and put a new roof on over the whole lot of it. And we're also going to remove all these internal walls here, making it one big open plan living area. So this is the job that we were supposed to be opening in 2 to 3 weeks time. But because we poured the slab on the other basement site in Norton Lindsay, we have to give that at least 2 or 3 days to dry out. So what we've decided to do is bring the guys over to this site early. Luckily the customers are okay with this, and they are going to start digging out the light wall, and then we will move back to Norton Lindsay to start the tanking later on this week. Lo and behold, they have come across the mains electricity supply coming into one side of the bay window on the party wall, and on the other side of the bay window here, we have also got the mains gas supply. You couldn't write this to have both of them coming into the same area where we are digging, but we will get over it one way or the other. But looking on the bright side of things, these signs have turned up earlier today, and we are now advertising in the area that we want to be working in. You can see to this side of me, the guys have now fully exposed the gas main, and to this side of me, you can see the electricity supply. And right here, you can see the rainwater drainage that did come through here and connect onto that downpipe over there. The original plan was to build a light wall that looks something like this. But since we've exposed these supplies here, we've had to go back to the customer, and now we are proposing to do a light wall that looks like this. The guys here have already dug the foundations and they're about to pour the concrete today. We are not going to get a truck in for this. We are going to mix on site, as it's only about half a cube. So let's get out of here and let the guys get on with it. Since opening all these sites up in the last week or so, it's getting really busy around here now, and the sun's not helping us at all. It's been 28, 29 degrees all this week, and the guys are absolutely cooking out there on the sites. I wanted to follow up about the problem we was having a few weeks ago with regards to the marketing not working out for us on Google. Since we've decided to spread our marketing budget across multiple different streams of inquiries, it seems to be working out really well for us, and if I'm completely honest, we've now got a new issue that we're struggling to keep up with getting the quotes out efficiently. Nobody wants customers phoning them up saying, have you got my quote yet? When are you going to get my quote over to me? So I've been looking into maybe getting a QS on board, but they all seem to want 55 to 60 grand a year, and we definitely can't afford that right now. So I'll have to keep going at it myself and hopefully maybe get somebody on board to help out on a per set of plans basis to at least lighten the workload. We also spoke about Wayne coming off the tools, and he's going to project manage the basement and construction sites. That's working out really well for us, and we now have 4 construction sites open and 2 basement sites open all at the same time, and they all seem to be running as well as they can be. Of course we're having problems, but nothing more than we're dealing with and moving on efficiently, so no complaints there. In fact, it's going so well, I've decided to move that tactic over into the Gates company, and James is also going to move off the tools, and he is going to become more project management, managing the sites with the lads who are on site, dealing with the customers, doing the site surveys and getting the quotes out the door. We've got a new engineer starting in the next week or two who's going to take over James's role and run around doing all the maintenance, breakdown and service work, as well as supporting the installation team doing the installs. On one last thing before I head home for the night, Molly, who's been taking care of all our social media across all the platforms and the YouTube channel since January, has now been given a job offer, and she's leaving the current company she works for, Ghost Design. So they are now no longer going to be able to take care of our social media or the YouTube channel. What we've decided to do after hearing this news is Marika is going to now take over all the marketing across the board, and we're going to keep it in-house. We feel this is going to work out better for us, and we will have more control over what's going on and be able to make the changes needed quicker when we're controlling it ourselves. So we would just like to wish Molly all the best in a new job role, and she will be an asset to any company she works for.
So we're over here on the Warwick site today, and me, Jay, Russ and Ash are going to put the rubber on the roof, and Sam's going to continue on putting the fascia in the socket running around the building.
So it's Saturday morning, it's 8 AM and we're over here on the site in Norton Lindsay, one of the basement sites we've got open. We have the waterproofing team inside now, starting all the tanking work. As you can see around me, we've not got the mains contractor here over the weekend, so we have the site to ourselves. The intention is to crack all the tanking work out today and tomorrow, so when the mains contractor comes back on Monday, we've already completed this part of the works. Next week, we've only got to do the screed on top of the tanking, as well as the block work in the light well and the stud work around the perimeter, and that will be our role completed on this job. So hopefully, if we get this done today and tomorrow, we'll be able to complete the rest of the works throughout next week, and then that will leave us to complete the job 1 week before schedule.